what's it mean for the church to approve a private revelation? Well, it's approved by the Catholic Church. The ones that are private revelations, and the Catholic Church has judged it to be, in all probability, not infallibly or with absolute certainty from God, constant de supernaturalitate, and has legalized it to be published and authorized devotion to them. So there's, to my knowledge, Jesse, maybe you correct me if I'm wrong, there's been 8 approved apparitions, and there have been like 11 out of the 386 apparitions which have been approved with supernatural character, which have received a yes to indicate the local bishop's approval of faith expression, prayer, and devotion at a particular site. And there's bishop's approval, so they call it episcopal approval in Laos, France. That was where Our Lady of Laos to Venerable Benedicta Rencurl was approved by Bishop Jean-Michel Falco in 1664 to 1718. And then here in the States here, Green Bay, Wisconsin, a lot of people don't know about this. 1859, 3 apparitions of Our Lady of Good Help to Adele Brisset was approved by Bishop David Ricken. Kibeho, Rwanda, in 81 to 89, 1981 to 89. You had the papal approved apparitions where Jesus appeared in Paris, France. The apparitions of the Sacred Heart of Jesus to Saint Margaret Mary Alacoque were approved by Pope Pius XI, and then in Krakow, Poland, and from 39 to 1938, the apparitions of the Divine Mercy to Saint Faustina Kowalska, who was approved by Pope John Paul II. And those, and that some traditionalists will say, oh, I don't follow those Divine Mercy. I know some traditional groups, they refrain from the Divine Mercy.
Here's the way I would defend the Divine Mercy. Number one, that's the overarching theme in the Old Testament and the New Testament is God's mercy. That word hesed, the Hebrew word hesed, is found more than any other word in both testaments. Hesed means mercy, or it means love or pity. And so the whole Bible is about divine mercy, number one. Number two, Saint Faustina was a trad. What do I mean by that? She was a nun that only knew the Latin Mass. And number three, I would just say that everything that she says in her diary, once again, somebody says, well, she talks about mercy too much and not about justice. She does talk about justice, but that was not the emphasis of those revelations. This was after World War I, and the church needed to hear a message of mercy because the church is going off the rails. And so I think there's this one psalm, it's Psalm 136, where King David says it 29 times. The mercy of God endures forever. The mercy of God endures forever. The mercy of God endures forever. So I tell my trad friends, I say, oh, so St. Faustina talks so much about mercy. What about Psalm 136? What about the book of Daniel, chapter 4? What about Psalm 118? This is all over this is the constant theme of the Bible, is that we're knuckleheads, we're sinners, and God's mercy is there to save us. And so I find St. Faustina's apparitions refreshing because, boy, oh boy, if there's ever a time where there's been a stiff-necked people on planet Earth, it's right now. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, the time of mercy is now. It'll be too late when you die. It'll be too late when Christ comes back. When Christ comes back or when you die, now it's justice. It's time for the particular judgment.
I haven't heard that the circles that I run with about there was too much mercy involved in what her sayings was, but there were some aspects in her diary, and totally nothing wrong with the prayers, by the way. The Chapel of the Divine Mercy, those are completely
beautiful.
Catholic. Yeah. So, and the theology there is nothing wrong with it. So, but there's other, anyway, so we'll move on to.
We'll talk about it another day. I'd like to broach that.
So yeah, there's been a couple of other papal approvals in Esbelan Thuringia, I guess the 13th century, to Saint Gertrude the Great. And how about Guadalupe of Mexico? We know about that. We just celebrated her feast day. Rue de Bac, France in 1830. That was when the miraculous medal to Saint Catherine Labouré. Lourdes, France, Our Lady of appeared to Saint Bernadette Soubirous. And then Knock, Ireland in 1879, the vision of Our Lady of Knock to several seers over there. Um, so those are worthy of belief, and we'd be silly to not put weight into them.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me mention one thing.
mhm.
There's a difference between public revelation and private revelation.
Yes.
The church says Catholics must believe in public revelation. That's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's the whole of the New Testament, Old Testament, and sacred tradition. That's been publicly revealed to us, and you can't improve upon it.
Hmm.
Now, private revelation is different. Private revelation is given to a certain point in time of history, like Our Lady Guadalupe, Our Lady of Fatima. It's a message for a particular people at a certain point in time in salvation history. And oftentimes, private revelation is just for the person themselves. A lot of people tell me when I go to parishes, I'm here in Texas,
Mm.
Jess, Jesus appeared to me. Jess, Our Lady appeared to me. I don't say, you liar. I don't believe you. You're not. Go check in on a funny farm.
Yeah.
I say, really? You know what? Thank God that God gave you a private message, and this is for you to grow holier and grow closer to our Lord and closer to Our Lady. That message was given to you, and that message was not given to teach the Catholic Church something new or anything that surpasses public revelation. It was given to you specifically. I'll tell you why sometimes, again, it's very dangerous to be saying God is speaking to me here, Our Lady's speaking to me here. Saint John of the Cross, Saint Teresa of Avila says, be careful, be careful, be careful. Why? This is how, for example, Islam started. Okay, Muhammad said that an angel appeared to him in a cave, and he started dictating the Quran. Joseph Smith, this is how he went to a forest, and he said God spoke to him, and he found the Book of Mormon. This is also what New Age people say. The spirits speak to me. Psychics say the same thing.
Hmm.
It's very, very dangerous to try to tap into the preternatural or the supernatural. Just stick to the basics, what Dan Schneider calls smash mouth Catholicism. Do your prayers and do your duties as a good Catholic Christian according to your state in life.
Yeah, Jesse, you're right. There's also what the last canon, the code there, 2318. It was. They did away with the forbidden books, the index of forbidden books, and so it's the Roman Catholic Church has long published the index of Liborium Prohibitorum, or a list of prohibited books, and they were viewed as heretical or contrary to the morality of the Church. Catholics are forbidden to read these without permission. And then so that was done away with at Vatican II, or by that same decree in 1966.
That wasn't good. I'll tell you why, Ruben.
No.
There's many saints that our Lord has actually given them a tour of hell. I'm not talking about Saint Faustina. This is way before Saint Faustina in the Middle Ages. And the saints tell us that there are many souls in hell because they read bad books.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I've heard that one.
Many souls in hell because they cut their teeth on bad books.
Jesse, it allowed the modernists to get these bad books into the seminaries.
Absolutely.
Right?